radio and nothing else. Stillwater's 108 FM, WMD, K-Boom.
K-Boom 108, where we're right and they are wrong. I'm David. That's Mike on the Mike and David Show, and we are looking at some pretty interesting times, my friend. We're looking at times where weapons are everywhere. Weapons are available to anybody, anywhere. We have some fairly open laws here about guns. I almost said liberal. Please,
easy. You don't want to get it kicked off the air.
That's right. Kick me. I mean, stop me for doing that. But we still though are not totally free. We still have this stigma as gun owners, as gun wielders. We still have this stigma of being big, fat white guys, big, fat, loud, boisterous white guys that want everything for themselves. Nothing for the minorities, and that's just simply not true. We just want to be armed.
Yeah, but I don't know why that even is a stereotype or something we have to deal with, because who's got all the guns in this town?
Oh, yeah, it's not us.
No, it is absolutely not
People
us.
yell at us when we have guns, but they don't yell at anybody else.
No, this town's a shooting gallery, and
look at Los Carnales.
We're all waiting in line to get in.
Look at 3rd Street Saints. Look at Vice Kings. Look at the West Side Rollers.
Yeah.
These are just 4 of the myriad gangs in town that have more guns than you or I do put together.
They probably have more guns than members.
You think?
And there's a lot of people in those gangs.
Yeah. Well, I say we fight back, and I say we start right now, and I say we start early. There are those who would say mothers will be against this. There are those who will say, especially liberal mothers, will be against this. Because,
what aren't they against?
Right. Exactly. That wasn't my point, but exactly.
Yeah.
I did hear in West Stillwater a new group starting up called PMS. Pistols Make Sense. And when I heard about this, I thought, well, okay, how is this any different than, Moms for Guns and all the other, organizations that we have? But their monthly meetings are a complete bloodbath.
Well, they got to meet twice a month, probably? Consecutive days?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, they have the 2 because some people, they can't make it on one day or the other, so they do that. So I think that's where we start, because here you have women who are on a monthly basis just getting all the bitchiness out. They're just getting real. In some cases a tear or 2 as they talk about their experiences.
So pistols make sense. So this is a retreat? Are they learning to shoot?
It's it's like any other, hey, let's get together and I'll sell you cosmetics and I'll sell you food storage items and whatnot. It's one of those kind of things. You get together with your girls and how women do. They'll get together and they'll show each other how to use dildos and how to wear sexy hot clothes. Those parties, not sex parties per se, because Lord knows those are fun too. The toy parties.
Oh, okay, where they kind of demonstrate how to use devices and things like that.
And that's what it's like with Pistols Make Sense. They show you how to clean a gun. They show you how to fire a gun. They show you how to hide a gun once you've done something maybe you're not so proud of. They take you through the whole thing, and they, as you said, remove the stigma. If we start with many of these women are mothers, and if we start with these women, and we start to say, hey, do you love your child? Do you? Then show your child that love. Give them the gift of a firearm. Early. Start when they're young.
You market to these women, all right, and you get them on board, and then they get other people on board.
Right.
Then we could actually kind of get a small fleet or an army of these women to organize and maybe sell the products that we're talking about. Like they would go, they'd make appointments, maybe go door to door.
Right.
And then they would have
Can you imagine
parties where they would be
knock
selling
on the
these
door.
Products.
Yeah. Open the door. There's a woman standing there with a gun pointed at you. Not to shoot you.
No.
Unless
to help you.
Unless you didn't buy.
Yeah.
But to help you.
To help you. Absolutely.
Exactly.
To teach you what you should be taught.
That's a powerful motivator.
Yeah. What you should have been taught as a youth, which is where we're trying to start. And we could you could have incentives for these women. I mean, almost like monthly sales contests. You could have, boy, what would be good? I mean, you could really come up with something. Somebody who really goes above and beyond. You could give them how about a car? I mean, you could give them a car, and it would just then everybody in town would know that they were.
Oh, like they do with the cosmetics companies.
Yeah,
they do the pink cars instead of that.
Absolutely,
camo.
Oh my God, that's
camouflage.
Perfect. That is perfect.
Camouflage, high-end camouflage car. Trick it out.
Trick that car out.
Yeah,
and put it and armor it up and Kevlar it and.
You know who would do this? I know the guys would do it down at Rim Jobs.
You think so?
They would do it, of course. What? Are you kidding?
Man, we could get everybody on board with this. You know what? We got to put this up on the website. We got to get people start getting people signed up and get some ideas. And if you're out there and you can think of a prototype,
sure,
anything from like you said, the baby bottle to
right.
Any other product you could think of, the mobile that I mentioned, maybe a grenade rattle. You could go.
Let me go the other
that.
direction on you here. Let me go the other direction. Why not start to really get real with what's going on in Stillwater right now? A lot of drive-bys. Right? Mm-hmm. A lot of innocent people getting killed in these drive-bys.
Sure.
I think
and I have to be. I have just for 1 second.
Sure.
You said there are a lot of drive-bys and a lot of innocent people getting killed.
Yeah.
And gun knowledge and gun safety don't essentially help you in a drive-by because you don't see it coming.
Right.
And you can't walk around frosty all the time.
Sure.
So, everything we're preaching before this, what you're mentioning, might not help you. So go.
No, and I'm not talking about this from the perspective of the shootee. I'm talking about this from the perspective of the combination driver-shooter. Because this happens a lot. The traditional drive-by is a driver and others who shoot, right?
Right.
A driver, the windows go down, the people in the passenger seat and in the passenger side back seat, they're the ones wielding the weapons, right?
Right.
I've seen this happen more and more these days where the driver himself rolls down the passenger window, shoots across through the car to a drive-by, sort of a combo deal, right? Wow. Driver and shooter.
That's pretty rough.
Well, it wouldn't be if we actually did gun training while we were doing driver training, and if we tested that skill when you go for your driver's license.
So you would have a combination test of not only driving, but marksmanship.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say it's going to be easier once you get the proper training to pass that test than it would be to parallel park.
Wow. And more efficient. You get more done.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
None of this craning your neck over your shoulder to see where you're... No.
It's
a simple turn to the head, to the right, pop, pop.
Bang, gone. And also, there's a lot less looking in the rearview mirror. Did I get him? Did I get him?
Right.
You know you got it.
That's right. This is the celebration that is gun ownership. This is how you celebrate gun ownership. This is how you celebrate being free to have as many guns as you want, to use them anyway.
And this is something all gun owners should do. They shouldn't just own a gun, period, for defense or whatever you think you need it for. You should innovate. You should figure out uses for your gun and uses for your abilities with a gun that help you and the others around you.
Absolutely. All through history, you have examples of products that were meant for one thing, but found purchase with some other use.
Like spaghetti.
What was spaghetti supposed to be?
I'm not sure.
But you read that on the internet.
I did. Spaghetti initially, I think, was a weapon.
I did not know that.
Yes, it was because it's a hard pasta, and then when you boil it down, it gets soft.
Right.
Well, initially, it was developed hard as a weapon, and it was almost like the first cluster bomb. Where they would throw it and it would crack and it would go flying all over the place.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, or then you could soften it up.
Right.
And also then it would become almost like a net of some sort. And then it eventually turned out to also be delicious.
Huh. I love coming into work every day with you.
Oh, really?
It's nice. Amazing. It's amazing. That guy over there, that's Mike. I'm David. It's the Mike and David Show on K-Boom 108, where we're right and they're wrong, and we'll be right back.
The talk that rocks and rolls you. Stillwater's 108 FM. WMD K-Boom.